not necessary to seek deliverance zealously. If we won't meet this particular Buddha, we'll meet another one later. Out of laziness they would not diligently seek their salvation. A gazelle that has not been shot at by an arrow does not know fear. But once it has been shot at, it bounds away at the approach of the hunter. In the same way, people who know the sufferings of old age, sickness and death, and who have heard that there is but one Buddha who is very hard to find, feel fear, make energetic efforts and quickly come to escape from suffering. This is why, in the Sravaka texts, the Buddha has not spoken about the existence of the Buddhas of the 10 directions, but neither did he say they do not exist. 5. If the Buddhas of the 10 directions exist, and if you deny their existence, you are committing a sin of immediate retribution. On the other hand, if the Buddhas of the 10 directions do not exist, nevertheless, I affirm their existence merely to produce the notion of Buddhas infinite in number, I gain the merit of paying homage to them. Why is that? Because it is good intention that makes great merit. Thus, in the samadhi of loving-kindness, one considers all beings and sees them all happy. Even though there is no real benefit for the beings to be considered as happy, the person who considers them in this way with loving-kindness gains immense merit. It is the same for the person who sets out the idea of the Buddhas of the 10 directions. If the Buddhas of the 10 directions really exist, and if one denies their existence, one commits the extremely grave sin of attacking the Buddhas of the 10 directions. Why? Because one is attacking something true. The person does not see these Buddhas with his fleshly eye. But if he affirms their existence out of faith, his merit is immense. On the contrary, if he mentally denies their existence, since these Buddhas actually exist, his sin is very grave. If, then, the person should believe in the existence of the Buddhas of the 10 directions from their own lights, why should he not then believe in them when the Buddha in person has proclaimed the existence of these Buddhas in the Mahayana? Large number of saviors but small number of the elect. Question. In the 10 directions, if there is an immense number of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, why do they not come to the aid of the beings who, at the present time, are falling into the 3 bad destinies? Answer. -1. Because the sins of these beings are too serious. Even if the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas come to their aid, these beings would not see them. 2. Moreover, the Dharmakaya Buddhas ceaselessly emit rays and ceaselessly preach the Dharma. Because of their sins, these beings neither see nor hear them. Thus, when the sun rises, blind people do not see it. When thunder shakes the earth, deaf people do not hear it. Similarly, the Dharmakaya emits rays ceaselessly and preaches the Dharma ceaselessly, but the beings who have accumulated sins and stains in the course of innumerable kalpas do not see it and do not hear it. If the mirror is clear or if the water is limpid, one can see one's image in it. But if the mirror is dirty or the water disturbed, one sees nothing. In the same way, beings of pure mind see the Buddha, while those of impure mind do not see him. Although even today, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions come to save beings, they cannot see them. 3. Moreover, the Buddha Sakyamuni, born in Jambudvipa, lived in Kapilavastu, but often traveled to the 6 great cities of eastern India. One day he flew to southern India to the home of the vaisya, whose veneration he received. Another day, he went to northern India to the kingdom of the tche. There he subdued the naga-king apalala. Then, going to the west of the tche kingdom, he subdued the raksasi, stayed in her cave. Even until today, the Buddha's shadow has remained there. Those who go, see inside the cave see nothing, but when they come outside, they see the rays at a distance. Finally, the Buddha flew to keep in on the mountain of the rsi Lipoto, revata. Remaining in space, he subdued this rsi, who said to him, I would like to stay here. Would the Buddha please leave me one of his hairs and one of his fingernails? The rsi then built a stupa to venerate them, which still exists today. At the foot of this mountain is the monastery of Liua, to be pronounced Lipoto. If people who were born in the same country as the Buddha were unable to see him, then what can be said of strangers? Therefore, it is not because the Buddhas of the 10 directions are unseen that one can say that they do not exist. 4. Furthermore, the Bodhisattva Milo, despite his great loving kindness, stays in his celestial palace and does not come here. But, because he does not come, can it be said that he does not exist? If we find it strange that Maitreya, who is so close to us, does not come, why should we be surprised that the Buddhas of the 10 directions who are so far away do not come to us? 5. Furthermore, if the Buddhas of the 10 directions do not come here, it is because beings are laden with very heavy wrongdoings and stains, and do not fulfill the qualities needed to see the Buddhas. 6. Moreover, the Buddhas before coming, first must know it the roots of good of beings are ripe and their fetters light. It is only after that they come here. It is said, by a preliminary examination, the Buddhas recognize beings whom no skillful means can save. Those who are difficult to save or easy to convert, those whose conversion will be slow or fast. By means of the rays, by the basis of miraculous power, by all kinds of means, the Buddhas save beings. There are rebels whom the Buddha avoids. There are rebels whom the Buddha does not protect. He has hard words for the violent who are difficult to convert. He has soft words for the gentle who are easy to save. Despite his loving kindness, his compassion and his equanimity, he knows the favorable time and, in his wisdom, he uses skillful means. This is why, although the Buddhas of the 10 directions do not come here, it cannot be said that they do not exist. 7. Moreover, if the great arhats such as Sariputra, etc., and the great bodhisattvas such as Maitreya, etc., cannot know the wisdom, power, skillful means and super-knowledges of the Buddha, how could worldlings know them? 8. Finally, when, menaced by imminent danger, a being wholeheartedly invokes the Buddhas or great bodhisattvas, it sometimes happens that they do come to his aid. Thus in the west of Tche, near the monastery of Buddhosnisa, there was a man suffering leprosy, a wind sickness. He went to the statue of the Bodhisattva Pianki. One-pointedly he took refuge in him and thinking of the qualities of the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, he asked him to remove his sickness. Immediately the statue of the Bodhisattva rubbed the leper's body with the precious rays that came from his stony hand and the sickness disappeared. In a certain land, there was a forest bhikkhu who often recited the Mahayana Sutras. The king of the land always gave him his hair to trample under his feet. A bhikkhu said to the king, "This man, O Maharaja, has not often recited the sutras. Why do you pay him so much homage?" The king replied, "Once in the middle of the night, I went to see this bhikkhu whom I found in a cave reciting the Fahu King, Saddharma Pundarika Sutra. I saw another man with golden-colored rays, mounted on a white elephant who, with joined palms, paid homage to the bhikkhu. When I approached, he disappeared. I then asked the Venerable One why the man with the rays had disappeared at my arrival. The bhikkhu answered, that is the Bodhisattva Pianki. This Bodhisattva has made the following vow, each time someone recites the Saddharma Pundarika Sutra, I will come on a white elephant to teach him. As I was reciting,